Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Haaji here. So in this video, we're going to be covering the question, is linear right for you? If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's jump straight into it. Alright guys, so I want to start off by saying I've been playing on linear for about 7 days or so. I had made a video about 2 weeks ago about, starting on linear. So from then, I've just really been testing things. And lately, I personally have been debating on, should I be going back to legacy? Should I be going back to exponential? Or should I just stay on linear? And I've had a lot of people actually messaging me like, hey man, like I'm actually debating it myself. Like, what should I do? So I did what I always do, and I weighed the pros and the cons. So that's what we're going to be covering. So what we're going to talk about is the pros of being on legacy. Now the pros on legacy versus anything else is your long range, your distance shots. Your aim assist actually works further down on legacy versus linear. So let me break it down. So legacy actually works 39 tiles away. I'm gonna throw a picture up so you guys can see this, and then linear only works 26 tiles away. So your aim assist past 26 tiles is not gonna work. So your long range is gonna be better on legacy. So that's gonna be very big. And then we're also going to talk about the snap-on aim, which is when pretty much the L2, but when you click the L2, you're ADSing, and it just snaps on the character. Now linear does not have that. So on legacy, you hit that ADS button, it's going to snap right onto that to the enemy. That's useful in certain situations, close range situations. But mainly long range and medium range, and of course you can take advantage hitting the L2 spam, as the PC players hate. So actually recent update as well with legacy, they actually did increase the zoom in effect whenever you do you click the L2. When you're zooming in with your gun and you're hitting that L2, you zoom in, and everything appears a little bit closer. Originally when they came out with linear and exponential, it was only on linear. So now it is on legacy. Let's talk about the cons of legacy now. The really only thing that's I'll say bad versus linear on legacy would be the your up close, your close range engagement. So your aim assist is not going to be as strong, it's not going to be as sticky, especially when you're hip firing. So you really got to think about what's important to you, and we'll kind of dive a little bit more into that later on. And let's talk about linear right now. So linear is really good if you play a lot of creative, a lot of box fighting, zone wars, you're into a lot of 1v1s. Pros of linear: your hip fire is absolutely insane. My hip fire has never been as good as it is right now on linear, and I'm gonna throw a couple of clips kind of showcasing the hip fire.
Oh, there's two of them on. Where's my team?
Are you? You hit him with like your shotgun for 30, dude. Yeah.
Oh damn. Oh, there was a wall already there, Haaji. You're so bad.
All the time. Bro, see what I mean? I can't even do anything.
Yep.
How do you hit all your shots?
Just missed one air shot, not one.
You got the health right when I shot you.
What the two of them? Oh, okay, I just went. Oh.
Bro, Haaji didn't miss one AR shot. Not one AR shot on me. Not one.
So I want to let you guys know I play with a lot of PC players, a lot of really good PC players, a lot of people on my team. They're all sorry, not PC, but more keyboard and mouse. Let me correct myself. I play with a lot of keyboard and mouse players, and they're really good. A lot of members on my team do play on keyboard and mouse, and they are really good. So if I wanted to, you know, keep up with them and, you know, just kind of wreck them and piss them off, linear is really good for that. You can just get in their face, spray that AR or spray that SMG with confidence, and you know, you can take them out. All right, guys. So I do want to talk about the instant input, that snappy feel that a lot of people talk about. I really just kind of want to break this down to you guys. So for some of you who don't really understand what linear is, now linear is it's the new aim assist. Let me start by saying that. But also, when you hit that joystick, you know, you click it to the right or the left, it's going to be an instant movement. So before on Legacy, you would hit that joystick, there would be a little bit of an acceleration, so it would be slow, and then it would speed up. So with linear, it's going to speed up instantly. So your flick shots are going to be a lot better, especially with the aim assist being stickier. Your flick shots will be a lot better. Also, your editing and your building will feel a little bit smoother. You just really have to get used to it. I would say that's one of the cons, is that you have to get used to the new settings. You have to adjust your settings. You have to, you know, rebuild that muscle memory as well. And that's kind of the crappy thing. You know, I would say it takes about a week to build that back up. So just give yourself about a week. Build that muscle memory back up. You know, adjust your settings. I think I've adjusted my settings. Honestly, I can't even count the amount of times I've adjusted my settings. I'll actually let you guys see my settings at the very end. I'll kind of just, you know, show my settings at the end, so you guys can either copy it or kind of go off of it, or really just see what I'm playing on. Let's talk about the cons, which would be your distance shots. I talked about it earlier. 26 tiles away, not very far. You do have better tracking. That's one good thing, but the distance shot, man, that's I enjoyed, you know, my distance shots. So another bad thing is controller drift. I don't have too bad of a controller drift. It also depends on your dead zone. If it's really low and, you know, you've been playing on your controller for a long time. I've had this for almost a year. So I mean, I have a little bit of a drift, not horrible, but it does kind of veer off to the left. Can get annoying at times. So it's definitely something to think about. If that's something that's going to annoy you, just, you know, either get a new controller or go back to Legacy or up your dead zone. So you have a couple of options on that aspect. So after breaking everything down, kind of weighing the pros, weighing the cons, you know, I guess it just comes down to what setting do you think is right for you. So for me personally, I don't play a lot of competitive. I really just don't have the time. I have a family. I work a full-time job. I really just enjoy, you know, playing pubs, doing creative, you know, stuff of that nature, doing 1v1s against my team. And, you know, to be a competitive player, you really have to invest a lot of time and a lot of your effort into just scrims and, you know, just playing competitive. And unfortunately, I just don't have the time for that. So for me personally, I like to pub stomp. I like to play creative. I am a competitive person, so I like to be really good at what I'm doing. So for me, I think the sacrifice of losing my long range distance, you know, aim assist versus my, you know, amazing hip fire and really good, you know, flick shots, and your building is a little bit better as well. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick with linear. I'm pretty confident I'm going to be sticking with linear. I'll definitely keep you guys updated if I do happen to switch back to Legacy, but as of right now, I'm just going to move forward on, you know, playing on linear. I will say, guys, if you guys are more of a casual player, I would probably even switch over to exponential. I know we didn't really talk about too much about exponential. It's very close to linear, but not as snappy, so it's a little bit easier to control your movement and your aim. And you know, if you're already used to legacy, I would just stick with legacy. Again, this is if you're more of a casual player, not so much of a creative warrior or a competitive beast. Guys, I'm not a you know, I'm not a mechanical god like Sway or anything, or Aiden. So I rely on my aim and my IQ. So I think linear for me is the best option. Guys, I hope this video helped with your decision on whether you should switch to linear or legacy, or if you guys had any questions. I hope this helped. If you guys liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that noti bell. Leave a comment for me if you guys have any questions, or if you just you know, want to support. A comment goes a long way. So join the Discord, follow the stream. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.